So in the title alone, it's an oxymoron. We need to really, I do. You don't need to do anything. I'm not, this is only sharing from my perspective. But the paradox of being present as beyond Hebrew, well, that's everything in this language is pointing to a mirror, as mother would point to father and say, because of you, I am. And they'd say it in the exact same breath at the exact same time. Because of you, I am. I'm present.
Yep.
Being Hebrew is being present, but we need to define really the oxymoron of being present, because that's such a click word now that's saying we need to call ourselves, we need to be present, we need to be living in the present. Well, let's define present, because present is being a Hebrew as a frequency, as a potential, as an intention, as a purpose. So the first word we're looking at right here is Ibri, and it's the word for Hebrew. We're not going to get into the schematics of this. We're going to stay on the blueprint of intention. The schematics are going to go into the inner workings, per se, of what the blueprint is saying. My wife.
So in other words, he just said, honey, don't do what you normally do, because you're going to just bury him in the letters.
Right. So
that was coded.
Even though this is relatively deep, we're going to skip a stone over
funny.
The forensics of who you are. So I'm speaking specifically to say, this is you. We can look at this, but we cannot, we shouldn't lose sight. It's as you. Everything we're showing here is a mere potential of who we are as a people that are called Hebrew by its essence of frequency. So Ibri, so we have Ayin, Bet, Resh, Yod. Now
you were just like making me chomp at the bit.
I know we got to go some places though. So we look at it, we're looking at just a breakdown of what it's connected to. We can see that beyond as a Hebrew is connected to a region across beyond. And it's talking about, and there's specific words that I've highlighted here, so we catch these to know it's the way of straight. Now, this is the way of the Yasharim. The way of straight is a Hebrew, because they know in between mother and father is the way of straight. And you'll see this in Yashir, which is the root of Israel. And a Hebrew is an Israelite. So this Israeli, a Hebrew, is the Yasharim, the way of straight. You've gone,
which would be another way of saying that is finding the narrow path between that few find.
Everything about this language, if you can really process it, and to process it correctly, it's the same narrative of Abraham walking between the pieces. The greatest walking between the pieces is when the nation of Israel, the Ibri, the Hebrews, walked between the two heaves, the two seas. In the Exodus, they walked between the heaves, and in etymology, that means the shamayim, the components of mother and father were heaved up, and between them they walked. That was the biggest mikvah in history.
Daryl has a question.
Daryl?
Yeah.
Yeah, just real quick. If a Hebrew is one from beyond, what are we from beyond of?
Well, we're gonna get to that. That's a good.
Can I please do the letters? Just the three letters.
Yes.
So if we look at the letters on this, that was actually a great question, Daryl. If we look at the letters, we have a letter Ayin, which is connected to sight. It has to do with purpose. It has to do with knowing. And then we have Bet Resh, and Bet Resh in itself, it's pure and innocent. To those who things are pure, everything is pure, but it's a word that means purity and innocence. It also means an heir to the throne. It also means to be winnowed. The bet is on the inside, so that says that we're talking about those that have this inside work that is going through them, and on the outside is the Ayin Resh, which means to stir up and to be awake. So looking at just these three words, those who see and know the purpose of building themselves on the inside are those who are the pure and innocent ones, who have raised themselves up, stirred themselves up, and can see fully beyond that which is in the normal vision.